Jesus,
jobs,
and food.
Hey, this is Lance with True Belize. So, we've made it to Friday. If you guys remember, we really didn't have what we thought was going to be a big week going on. We were planning on doing some farming. We planned on registering the van and the trailer that had made it down. We also planned on going to Jacob's farm in the afternoon. We were hopeful that John Bosch was going to come in early during the week and that Mark Fulton's advanced team was going to make it in. And really the last thing we had planned was the youth activity. Well, things got a little busy. We were able to get about 50 cloves of garlic planted on the farm. We ended up taking most all day to get insurance for the van and the trailer. We were able to get both of them registered, and we squeaked into Jacob's farm because it is quite the process to get those two things done as far as insuring and registering the vehicles. John Bosch made it in late on Tuesday evening, and then Wednesday we were able to sit down with him, actually get to meet him in person, and we had probably 3 hours worth of just amazing fellowship and talking about the opportunities that God has laid out in front of us and in his group, and just where the Lord is leading us. That brings us around to Thursday in Belize City. Ended up getting a call that we were going to need to go down and help get a bunch of luggage from the group that was coming in for John Kirby. The construction guys had a lot of tools and a lot of supplies. The medical team, there was 2 surgeon teams. They had a bunch of stuff, and it wasn't all going to fit. So we hopped in the van and trailer that we had just registered, took it to Belize City, and picked that up and brought it in. We are kind of rounding out the end of the week, and the guys from the construction team, they hit the ground running. They started the house. We were able to get video of that. Ended up meeting Mark's advanced team late Friday, or maybe that was midday Friday. Got to meet them in person, talk about what their expectations were as far as the week to come, and then what we had planned as well. On Friday night, we ended up at a meet and greet for the kids that get scholarships. some videoing. It was a nice night. So that brings us around to Saturday morning. We had planned on doing a block wall, to make a storage area for John Kirby's medical team, so they could keep their supplies in a somewhat of a climate controlled space and someplace that was safe. So we started construction on that Saturday morning. It was roughly 200 and some blocks that they needed to lay up. We had two of the guys from the construction team went over, and we brought two of the local guys that had been working on the house, but we pulled them off of that, and they were able to lay up the wall. Then on Sunday, we ended up plastering the wall, ended up getting both sides of that done. We had a farm tour for some of the people that didn't really know what Rafi's farm was about. Some of them had come out maybe the year before, but things have really changed, so they wanted to come out and take a look, and I think they had a really good time. We ended up getting the house finished up on Sunday. Rafi and I ended up having to run around and find some plumbing supplies so that the guys could go ahead and get the wastewater drained out. And ultimately, it was just an incredibly busy week. The kids did end up coming over and hanging out for a while. We really didn't get to do very much with them. Things were just a little bit crazy, but they did end up coming over and playing in the Gaga pit. They had a great time with that, and I believe they actually even threw some water balloons around at each other. If you're interested in this kind of video, please share the word.